Hello Facebook, it's me, Matt Hughes, King of Video. As you know who it is, don't you? Because it says my name and we're connected on Facebook as friends. As always, I did not check my microphone, but I've just checked it now, so we're all good. We're all good. This is Everyday Life and Business, day 5. 5 days in. And if you don't know what it is, firstly, hashtag replay if you're watching the replay, hashtag live if you're watching live. If you don't know what it is, I'm just documenting life and business and being open, honest, transparent with everything that's going on. And I always make little notes. Should make post-it notes of what you're going. Do you know what someone showed me yesterday in Tiger, which is a shop in the UK? You can get post-it notes that are like giant post-it notes. And I've got to tell you, I got so excited when I saw them. It's like giant post-it notes. I made a note because Amy goes into Tiger quite often. So I was like, Amy, you need to get me some giant post-it notes, please. I have a drawer here with just tons and tons. I mean, that's half the drawer. I don't want to open it all and get them all out, but I've got tons of post-it notes. Because when we closed the office last year, I bought everyone post-it notes. So I ended up just bringing them all back and having loads with me. Anyway, let's crack on. So it's everyday life and business. So I always talk about life first, and we shouldn't not talk about life without acknowledging the current state of the UK and the fact that we are in lockdown V700. You know, it's happened. It's one of those things. Thankfully, I will say that for our life, we were in like tier 3 or 4 or something. I really don't know. I just do what either Amy tells me to do or what my friends say is happening, and I try not to pay attention too much to the news. I really don't like the fear that is all over the news. So I try to just have a quick, like yesterday when it was announced at 8 p.m. I said to Amy, she said, "What does that mean?" And I said, "Well, let's just check it out tomorrow and see what the summary is." Because that's all I need to know. The summary. What do I have to do, and how do we do it, and how do we go about life as usual? And when I was on my walk at 7 a.m. this morning, looking at the roads, it did not feel like March. It felt like every other day. The roads were busy and people seemed to be cracking on. So I don't know a great deal of what's changed, but I feel okay with it so far. And then let's go back to the other things that were going on then. As I've been changing stuff. So I did my walk this morning at 7 a.m. It was the first time I managed to get up. The last 2 days, I think I snoozed the alarm clock that I'd set and didn't get up. Like yesterday, I set it for 7. I got up at 9 and then went for a walk in the afternoon. But today I managed to get up at 7. As soon as I walked out the door, I was like, oh God, I don't want to do this. Like the moment I walked out, and I'm telling you this and sharing this really for any of you that are trying any kind of health and fitness related goals. Like I walked out the door, it was freezing cold. My shin, it's not shin splints, I don't think, but you know, like the muscles, maybe it is, down the side of your legs, they were hurting, and everything about me was going, just go back inside. You don't need to do this. And then the other side of me was like, listen, fatty, if this is going to change, you better keep walking forward. So that's what I did. I continued and I persisted, and after 20 odd minutes I stretched a little bit. I tried to stretch. I always find those muscles hard to stretch, but I stretched a little bit, and after 20 minutes, halfway through my walk, almost halfway through my walk, it started to feel okay. And then I got to Morrison's. I sort of walked to Morrison's, get a protein shake from there, and then I walked back, and I felt great when I came back. I felt really like I'd achieved something, you know, like it's so silly that it's 10,000 steps that I'm looking to achieve, and I achieved it, and felt great that in the morning that's what I'd already done before I'd done anything else. So before I talk about the business stuff, I just want to say, if you're doing that stuff, I think it takes a lot of mental strength, so just keep through it, because I know how you feel. Who knew I'd need to stretch to go for a walk? Like that feels a little bit weird as well. Like I remember stretching when I used to play rugby, when I go to the gym, all that kind of stuff, but not for going for a walk. The other thing about life as well is like life has got in the way today. I've it's been one of those days where I wanted to do this live at about 11 o'clock. As life and business sort of mould in, and we've got a new staff member, and I've been trying to help them and train them to do some of the processes and stuff that we're getting them to do, and that takes a bit of a hit with what we're doing. I had a nap again in the afternoon. That always causes problems. One thing I'm so great. I knew that was coming, but I couldn't stop it. And of course, like, it's not like a Zoom call where I can just mute myself. I'm live. What do you think about lockdown, by the way? Just to ask that question. What do you think about the new lockdown? Can't post comments to Facebook profile. Does that mean it's not? Oh, look, I can see people. What the hell's going on here? I can see people, but the comments are not coming up. What are you doing, Facebook? Anyway, I'll say hello to Marissa. I'll say hello to Sharon. I'm setting my intention to do certain things. Well, I'll talk about that too as well. Yeah, so I ended up doing a late live. It wasn't quite the time I expected to, but I just wanted to make sure that I showed up. Again, it's another thing where it's on my list of things to do. Structured things every day, being here and doing the everyday life and business. I was sat downstairs after my nap and I was like, I don't want to go and do a live now. I've not done my hair. I feel like crap today. I've not eaten very much today. You know, like, I just didn't want to do it, but I committed to myself. So make the commitment to yourself, and then you've only got yourself to talk to. So that's all the live stuff. Yeah. So business and life has moulded in together. And the other thing, right? It's 6:35. Like, you, for anyone that watches this far, firstly, thanks for your time and attention. But secondly, like, my energy is low now in comparison to when I do it in the morning. I'm super excited. I've got loads of energy. Hopefully you can see that my energy is low in comparison. But let's focus on the positives then. So business stuff. Yesterday we got 2 new clients. For anyone that's in business, you'll know that client acquisition is probably it's the most expensive thing. It's the hardest thing. It takes time to get new clients, all that kind of good stuff. And I had one inquiry just before Christmas that turned into a customer yesterday. Really excited about that. It's a YouTube client, and we're helping build out their YouTube channel. They're just starting on YouTube, so helping build that out. So I'm really excited about that. It's something different to what we normally do, but there's lots of common elements as well. We're editing their videos, all that kind of stuff, the stuff we do all the time. And then the other thing that happened, the other client was a academy member, so someone that's joined my academy. My academy is like the slowest burner ever when it comes to membership, but I had a great call with a woman yesterday. She actually, it was after my live. She watched my live. She said, "Matt, I've just seen you live. I'm so pumped. Can we have the call? We're supposed to have a call tonight." She said, "But can we have the call to yesterday instead?" And I said, like, right now, she said. And I said, "Yeah, okay, let's do it." And then she told me all her problems. I said, "Look, I can solve all of these problems. We can work on this, like, consistently. But the best place for you to be is in my academy. And then you can book a strategy call with me straight away, and we can solve the immediate problems that you've got." So she joined, and I'm really excited about that. And the thing I said to her, which I need to tell more people about, is that right now my academy is small. I have lots of one-to-one time, and for a lot of memberships that I've joined, a lot of things that people are concerned about is when they join these big groups, you often don't get to speak to the person very often. And I said to her, "Look, I need like 5 or 10 great examples of people that I've helped transform. I have loads of that from my 5-day challenge, but I don't have it inside my membership at the moment. Don't have as many great transformations. So I'm really keen to get into people's business and understand how the struggles that they have with video and that kind of thing." So it's a great time to join, by the way, if you're ever thinking about it. I love the idea of doing a daily live. Is this your 30-day challenge? Yes, this is my part. Right, so great question, Pamela, by the way. So in the past, when I've done 5-day challenges, I often let other people do them. So I give them the information and they go and do it. For me, I wanted to do this 30-day challenge at the same time. But in truth, I'll be doing this every day this year. That's my own challenge. I'm starting it as a 30-day challenge because I didn't want to ask other people to commit to that length of time. But I'm doing it with them. So for the people that are doing, I know Hannes and Steve are doing it. I know Fiona, Susie, and a few others have gone into the group and said they're going to start either this week or next or whatever. all good. Like, get started whenever. That we've got all the stuff to support you in the academy for that. But yes, this is my version of this. Remind me the fees for the academy, please, either on here or do. It's very simple, very transparent as always. £37 a month. So you are welcome to join that. It's kingofvideoacademy.com. So the last thing I wanted to say is that so on my walk I was listening to a Clubhouse conversation, which I think is great. Clubhouse is great for walks actually, and for multitasking when you're doing other stuff. I've seen a lot of people that are exercising listening to Clubhouse. Clubhouse, if you don't know, is an audio only social network. So it's like listening to a podcast, but you get the chance to speak inside the podcast as well, which is great. And I was listening to some great stuff, and there was a lockdown essentials thing, like things people can do now to help them with cash flow and all that kind of good stuff. And one of the things, and I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if it will work, and I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do. Right, so I have a plan. My plan is that I've got a growth club, 1K growth club, which I'm creating at the moment. It's going to be launched in March, officially launched in March, but I've got some beta launches and stuff as well. And I've got my membership and a few other little bits, but I was definitely sure I'm not going to launch anything for the next month or so whilst we close out some other stuff. And then I was sitting there and listening to this, to the lockdown thing, and they were like, how can you help people right now? What can you do to really help people get started and create assets? So I was like, well, I've got my course bootcamp, and it's just sitting there. I'm not doing anything with it. Like my course bootcamp and my YouTube bootcamp, I really wanted to make them evergreen, so you can just buy them and then get started with them, because we have accountability calls every week in the academy now. It seemed like a logical thing, so I was like, okay, maybe I should just offer out the course academy, the course bootcamp out to my mailing list, which I've done tonight. I just sent to 1,000 people, and I've had something like 10 people click on the link, and about 30 people, 100 people open the email, which is really low, and it's not the usual way things work. And I'm always nervous about this stuff as well. Like, I see lockdown, and when people launch stuff during lockdown, sometimes, and I was aware that sometimes I get abuse, like, you're trying to make money during lockdown, how could you? And it's like, well, I'm trying to make money all the time, whether there's a lockdown or not. But actually, in this instance, what I did with that is I've said to people, I've done it a little bit. I've not really launched it as such. What I did is I've said, hey, if you're going to have 6 weeks off, whether you like it or not, right? This lockdown is going to last 6 weeks. We're very sure of that. They've definitely said it's going to be for the kids until half term. So I'm like, what can we do in the 6 weeks? Well, I know we can build a course in 6 weeks. And so I've kind of said to my mailing list, hey, are you interested in this? Is this something that you might want to do? I can facilitate it as part of the academy. I've got a course that structures all the course stuff out. And I've got someone who signed up the last time we did it. Sarah is launching her course at the moment. So like, if anyone asks me like, what will it look like at the end, I can say, look, Sarah's done it. She not only did she come to me to create and work out how to put all that course together. We actually edited the videos for her in the end. But she's now launching it. You know, she's done it, and she told me she's doing good for sale. I don't want to say her sales numbers because they're hers, not mine. But she told me she launched it on Monday, I think, officially, and she's doing well for sales. So I'm really, really excited and happy for her. I hope when she's finished with her launch, it's a semi-passive product, so I don't think she'll ever finish. But I hope that we can talk about numbers, and that will be a great case study for me as well. So I'm hoping that I can do that for some other people. I believe in assets, right? I have the YouTube bootcamp because I believe in assets, creating assets where people can see your stuff and come towards you all the time. They never end, those assets. And then from a semi-passive income point of view, my academy is my way of doing that, and my courses are my other way of doing that. So I believe in helping other people get that out there as well. So I'm really excited about that, but my open rate for that email is really low, and I'm like, this is one of those things where when I'm documenting everyday life and business, it was really funny looking back last year, because there were so many things that I tried and they just failed, and I'm just okay with that, because I see this great power in failure, because you learn so much. And if nothing else comes of this, like if a couple of people signed up for it and I helped them create a course, like for me, I'll just laugh inside, because I'm like, well, I offered it to everybody, and I've not talked about it massively online yet, but I offered it to everyone and nobody did. So we'll see what happens. Okay, can I join in? But I'll start tomorrow. Oh God, don't call me now. Can I join in? But I'll start tomorrow. Pamela, of course you can. Of course you can. You can do that by yourself inside Grow Your Business with Video, the Facebook group, or you can join the academy, and I've got a bunch of resources to help you stay accountable. We have an email system which I pay for that helps you stay accountable every single day, so yes, I can send you the link for that as well. Is there any Clubhouse invites right now? I'm going to go into the waiting list anyway. If not, yes, go in the waiting list. If you join the academy, Sharon, we have a very smaller waiting list in the academy, i.e. there's 2 people on that waiting list that have both got their invites now, so you can do that as well. Oh, and you say you've registered. Oh, you must be one of the 2 or 3 people that have registered interest then. I've seen the emails, but I didn't check who they were just yet. Do you ever just walk and not do anything else? Marissa, great question. Do I ever walk and not do anything else? If doing nothing else is listening to music, yes. Like I don't. Oh my God, I can't imagine walking in silence. That would that would feel like hell to me. So I would always listen to some kind of music. I did forget my AirPods once, so I did walk in silence, I guess. I find walking in silence is so weird. You have to talk to yourself, right, for that whole time. Whereas at least if you can listen to music, you can sing along. I've often been singing out loud and didn't realise. Listening to podcasts, yeah. I mean, I suppose sometimes I don't want to take information in. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm all informationed out, so that then I'll just listen to music. Like if I don't want to listen to a podcast, I know I'm not going to take anything in anyway. And that's how my walk started this morning, actually. I woke up, and because I was fighting those demons of, like, you're tired, it's cold, you don't want to do this walk, I just listened to music, because music carries me through all the time. If I need to concentrate and relax, music is my way of doing it. Amy's the opposite. She says she can't listen to music when she works, but for me, it's great for me. I can focus when I'm listening to music. So today I needed the music just to get me out of the house, like just keep moving forward. And also I've noticed certain bits of music work well than others. Like I'm listening to Biffy Clyro a lot because it's high paced. Even some of the slower sort of slower melody type songs still keep me moving. Other songs, it's really funny. I'm going to tell you this only because you're here. There was a song by Mariah Carey that came on. I don't know why my playlist. I listen to like it's like a mix that Spotify looks at what you've listened to and then suggests it. But the problem is, me and Amy often have times where we'll go back through the 80s and 90s and listen to all the old stuff, and then it just ruins my playlist because it's like, well, you must like this stuff, and I'm like, no, we just had a nostalgia day or whatever. Anyway, I listened to a Mariah Carey song. It was from her first album, which I think was called Hero. May have been. And it came on, and I went to skip it, and I got these gloves that work on your phone, but not very well. So I went to skip it, and it didn't work, and I was like, oh, go on then, I'll listen to it. I think it was called Now That I Know, Mariah Carey song, and listen to it. It's so cheesy. It's like proper, like late 80s, early 90s. And I just thought that was funny this morning. There we go. Marissa, walking in silence is peaceful, in my opinion. Do you know what, Marissa? I think where you live might be better than where I live. I'm in like where I live is next to what we call the ring road around Leicester. So a ring road is like a super busy road, and most cities have them, and they're kind of the quick way of getting around a city without going through it. And I live on the ring road, and so it's never not busy. You know, it's always busy. And if I walk through, there's a massive park next to us. If I walk through the park, that's great. But then if I walk through the park, I don't get my protein shake at the end of it. So I tend to go straight to Morrison's and back. But I'll probably, when it gets to the summer again, I'll probably start walking through the park again. At night, walking through any park where I live is never a advisable thing to do. Anyway, I think that's it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate your time and attention. I will say that in summary for today, lockdown 706 is great. I'm really excited about being locked down and not being allowed to do anything that I already was not allowed to do. That's great. A friend of mine has a Facebook Live that she's been doing for many days now, and she calls it Grounded by the Government. I love that. And we had new clients, which is great. I'm excited about that. And now I just have to get motivated again after my nap to do the bit of work that I've missed by having a nap in the afternoon. So that's it. That's me. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.